So for this sheet, we're working on symbolism in the story. So, oh, my handwriting is so bad on this thing. I'm so sorry, y'all. Okay, so we're working on symbolism. And I just realized that the way I printed this out, it pretty much just gives you the answer. So, I'm just going to kind of like explain the symbolism here because you will need this for an assessment later on anyways. So we're just going to go through everything and match them, even though they're pretty much already matched. But okay, so the doors in the story, the left and right door, those symbolize fate versus free will. So we're kind of thinking as readers that, this is fate here. Whichever door he opens, that's his fate. He can't control that. But if you remember in the story, all the people in the story kind of viewed it as free will. He has that free will to choose whichever door he wants to choose. So this is kind of like a rare case of, fate versus free will. Like he doesn't know what's behind the door, but he's actively making that choice. So he's, using free will. Then the king. The king represents or symbolizes corrupted authority. So authority figures are like people that kind of have power, or, have control. So like an authority figure is like the president or a policeman or, people who have authority over you. And corrupted, that means just kind of like they're not how they're supposed to be. They're kind of tainted by some other thing that kind of makes them not do their job the way that they're supposed to. So the king, he's supposed to be this authority figure that, encourages his people and takes care of his people, but instead his corruption is the fact that he's crazy pretty much, and he finds entertainment out of other people's suffering. So he's a corrupted authority figure. He's in charge, but he's crazy. So, what happens when you have somebody crazy in charge of an entire kingdom? So that's kind of what he represents. So the princess's money, I always find this one really interesting. So the princess's money, that represents being able to bend or find a way around the rules, or privilege. So the princess is privileged, and if you don't know what privilege means, it means you have kind of an upper hand in life. And she's a princess, so obviously she does. And she uses her money to kind of bend a way around the rules. Like she bribes whoever behind the scenes to find out which door holds what. Other people, like the commoners in that kingdom, they don't have the opportunity to be able to do that. So the fact that she has that money represents, her being able to find a way around the rules. Okay, so the lady, the lady and the tiger, these are kind of easier symbols here. So obviously the lady represents, innocence and reward. So like if the person opens the door with the lady behind it, they're automatically found innocent. Whether they're guilty or not, they're found innocent. And if they open the door with a tiger behind it, they're automatically, found guilty and they're punished. So the lady represents innocence and reward, and the tiger represents death and punishment. And lastly, we have the arena. So this is like where all of this is taking place and, where everybody gathers to witness these events. And so the arena kind of represents chaos and unfairness of the justice system. So every justice system is flawed. Our justice system in America can be flawed at times, innocent people being convicted and then, guilty people getting away with things. It's just how it is. And so that's kind of what the arena represents, that, every justice system is going to be unfair to a certain degree. And then it can also represent finding entertainment in other people's suffering. So that's what these people are doing. They're going to this arena for entertainment, and it doesn't matter if the other person's suffering or sad. Like, that's what they're entertained by. So it's kind of like a messed up world. But that's just the symbolism in this story. And putting all of these things together, you kind of realize, this deeper message that the author is trying to tell you. And, reading the story the first time without analyzing, like, all this stuff right here, like, you wouldn't realize that this is all they're trying to say. Like, I mean, I didn't. So, like, I had to read through the story several times to kind of, like, understand what the author's really trying to say.